Hey guys, welcome to another English commentary done by Diggity. This is MSL Season 3 Group C, the losers match between Memory / TheManiaMST and Lucifer. Lucifer losing in a very heads-up match against Light, just losing in the res battle in the long run. TheManiaMST, however, getting absolutely devastated, bowled over by Go Rush. Go Rush is definitely a very good Zerg player. I wouldn't quite put him top tier. I'd put him... He's definitely not as good as July Zerg. But I would put him just below Oversky. Oversky kind of fails oftentimes, I think, in his micro and his late game decision making. Very good macro-wise, though. Lucifer is in blue at the 6 o'clock position. It looks like Mania has decided to go with the moniker Memory in this match. Not sure why he decided to do that. He's starting at that 3 o'clock position. Interesting match. This is on Python, a very solid map. You don't see too much bias on this map. There's also expansions, if you aren't familiar with it, at the 12 o'clock and at the 9 o'clock position. Looks like Lucifer is deciding to do something cheesy here. He's going out, gonna build... my guess is he's actually gonna do a proxy gateway here. He didn't build that pylon inside his base like he did in the previous match, so I don't think he's gonna go and try to tap the assimilator. And he's heading directly to the 12 o'clock position. We'll see if he decides... that would be interesting to build a proxy in the 12 o'clock position, simply because... actually, no, he's stopping the probe in the middle. Oh, this is interesting. He's going to build a proxy in the direct center of the map. That is an interesting maneuver, basically where it can't readily be scouted out. If there's a scout coming from Light, he's going to do kind of a clockwise or counterclockwise scout with this SCV, keep it on the perimeter. But unfortunately, it looks like... sorry, not Light, but... by Mania. Mania, however, looks like he's setting up a blockade to his front door. He's not going to bother scouting. Once he gets that scout up, I guess he's going to seal that with the barracks. Really wanting to play a longer head-up match. Take a secondary after building inside, building command center inside and floating it out. Really playing a kind of a safer build. So even though this proxy is going up, it's not going to be very effective, simply because it looks like that front door is going to be blocked off by supply depots and a barrack. Although it's not completely blocked off yet, my guess is though he's going to lift it up as soon as the SCV is out for scouting. In the meantime, Lucifer is going for a scout, trying to figure out the main location of Lucifer's base of Mania's base. As soon as he goes and sees that blockade, he's going to have to shift his strategy. No gas down yet. A pylon in his base, though. As soon as Mania comes and sees this with his scout, he's going to know that there's a proxy afoot, and he's just immediately going to lift that barrack up and seal his front. Although he doesn't really need to know where that proxy is to defend against it effectively. He's got that gas down, so he's doing an early typical build. It also would be very easy with those SCVs just to block that. Yeah, he's putting down that supply depot, so his front is blocked. That proxy is going to be completely nullified at this point. He might have put that down immediately after seeing inside the base there. Looks like he's pulling the scout out. That's an interesting maneuver. I'm surprised he decided to pull that SCV out. Looks like he's bringing it around. I'm not sure. Looks like, actually, no, I take that back. He's bringing it back around. I think he was thinking he might want to go try to find out where the proxy's located, but again, it's really not necessary now that he has that blockade up. Looks like he's already got that command center being built right there, or sorry, a factory being built right there. He's going to get siege check first and then get that command center down, floated out. In the meantime, Lucifer is going to lose that probe scout in his base. Really, Mania doing a good job here. He's going to completely... he's going to do a pretty standard build here. Completely nullified that proxy, not by intention, but definitely assists him out. Now he knows where that proxy location is. Second gateway going up inside Lucifer's base. A zealot's running around trying to take care of that SCV that's roaming out in the field. That factory's now up, so it looks like Mania, in the meantime, is bringing his Marines out. I'm not sure what he's going to do with that Marine force out, whether he's going to go for an attack either, because really Lucifer's forces are kind of split between his main base and that proxy. Both are very vulnerable targets, but Zealots can easily handle 3 Marines. Once that 4th or 5th Marine comes out, though, he could press forward and do a decent attack on either, but my guess is he's just going to upgrade to siege tech, get that tank, siege that tank excuse me, on the ridge, and secure his double. A Dragoon out now for Lucifer, so Mania really lost his opportunity to do an attack there. It looks like Lucifer is switching to a kind of mass infantry strategy, although I think that Mania is going to be slightly ahead simply because he's going to get his secondary secured more rapidly that Dragoon almost completely taken out. A decent-sized Marine force, 6 Marines, 1 taken out, 5 Marines out now, more Dragoons coming to back up Lucifer's forces at that main. Pretty soon they're going to be range upgraded, but yeah, my guess is that Mania, even with this harassment here, with that tank, is going to be able to hold the base. Looks like he's actually, instead of, no, I take that back, he's pulling back. I was thinking he might decide to go out for a quick attack, and now he's pulling out some vultures. Looks like instead of building it inside his base, he's just going to build it outside. He's going to lay some mines down, for 1 mine for kind of a pseudo-defense and kind of a spot, leave some other mines out, and he's going to go, I'm not sure if he's going to go after that proxy. I don't know if that would necessarily be a good maneuver at this spot. Really, he's better off going with that economical advantage. He knows he has basically caught Lucifer in a proxy. Meantime, Lucifer just skirting that mine, using that Zealot to kind of bait it, basically using the Zealot to run ahead, pop the mine up so he can take it down with the Dragoons in the background. A little bit interesting micro back and forth here. They're really kind of just baiting at each other. The Zealot goes down, a little bit of a micro miscue, but not really. He manages to take the mine out. In the meantime, Mania, in the meantime, realizing he's kind of in a bad position here, only has a single tank out. I don't think he has siege tech yet. He went for mines instead of siege tech. A little bit of damage on that Dragoon. Yeah, just Mania is going to lose this secondary here if he's not careful. He needs to get something out there to defend it, and he really doesn't have the forces to do it. Really shows he was just being a little too impetuous. 1 Dragoon goes down, but those 4 Dragoons could very easily take that tank out and manage to take the SEV out. This really puts Lucifer far ahead, at least in delaying the extra tech. 1 Dragoon goes down to that Spider Mine, 2 more Spider Mines on the ramp, but very comfortably, Lucifer is going to be able to take out this secondary that really puts the Mania in a bad position. Really good maneuvering on Lucifer's part. He's running up that Dragoon, manages to take out an SEV while taking down 2 mines with that Dragoon. In the meantime, the Mania is sealing his base back up. Again, he's opting to build that command center inside his base, which is really what I felt he should have done in the first place. He has siege tech up. He's getting that second factory down, but in the meantime, Mania has now taken a slight advantage. He has a protection, not a tech advantage. Siege tech, definitely better tech in the meantime, but he's going to be able to get, looks like that Templar Archives in the robotics facility. He's going to be able to drop Dark Templar into the Mania's base. In the meantime, Mania really doesn't have any way to do scouting until he gets that academy up and gets ComSat off, which could be a while from now. In the meantime, he's got to worry about getting that engineering bay up, just in case that gets some turrets out to counter, again, Dark Templar, which is the correct maneuver here, because it does look like Lucifer is opting to go Dark Templar. But he's not going to be able to take that expansion for some time with those Dragoons just camped out there. And in the meantime, Lucifer is going to be able to have full production out of his secondary without too much trouble. Looks like the Mania is just going to shell up for the moment. I'm not sure what he's going to kind of plan in the long run from that point. Dark Templar now being produced along with that dropship for Lucifer. So Lucifer is going to get a free harass here. Really, I would take this opportunity if I was Lucifer to go for another expansion. The Mania is very obviously on his back heel. He's just sealing in his base. Go for another expansion. Just pin that res advantage up. Make it and just pin him in his base. Pin him in his base, get the resource advantage, get the production advantage, and win it from there. He's trying to take out that vulture that looks like it sneaked by. He's got that Dark Templar in the forward position, which I don't think is a good idea. But in the meantime, Mania is now, with that turret down, going and a couple mines in the way, going to go up and take his secondary. He's a little bit behind production-wise. He's definitely starting to fall behind tech-wise. Pretty soon, an observer is going to be out to help protect those Dragoons. That was really a miscue right there by Lucifer. I'm not sure if Mania saw that the Dark Templar kind of distortions on his screen. He might be expecting Dark Templar drop definitively now. I should say definitely. In the meantime, SCV out scouting in the field. Let's see if that SCV ends up seeing this dropship. Good job. He needs to get information. 2 more factories going down. Full 4 factory production going down for Mania. Mania is going to just try to put it down his throat. And here comes the drop, the Dark Templar drop. But really, and we're getting to see the side view. I really like this view, but we're going to be able to see, he does see that there's that turret factory there. He's trying to pull out a good placement of turrets, although he is kind of vulnerable there. Really, losing that dropship, bad miscue on Lucifer's part. Lucifer, what he needs to do is attack those SCVs building those factories if he wants to do a good amount of damage here. He's trying to attack those tanks here. My guess is he's just going to allow siege siege. He's in a good position. He has a section of the base where the turrets aren't protecting. There he took out that SCV. He's trying to take out that factory now that it's already built, inflicting a good amount of damage with this. A good job